I've been to conventions like this dozens of times before, and despite being someone deeply passionate about movies, video games, and the occasional TV show, these events do nothing for me. I always feel displaced, uncomfortable, and too concerned with protecting my own ego to loosen up and embrace the culture around me. MCM were gracious enough to give me press passes for Comic-Con here in Belfast to soak in the atmosphere and understand what makes one of the biggest cultural gatherings so appealing. From experience, I sometimes think it's less about celebrating pop culture and more about competing to make the world's biggest sauna, and that was my first immediate instinct. The light breeze that hit me insinuated that something didn't feel right. I wasn't sweating like a man consumed by guilt, and the claustrophobia wasn't as intense as the smell, and the smell wasn't nearly as intense as my reaction to seeing the cast of Uncharted only 10 feet away from me. Nolan North was in eyesight, so I had to get an interview. Weeks in advance of the event, I made persistent attempts to arrange just a 90-second chat. It was going so well until my emails just suddenly stopped because #journalistlife or something like that. So I bit the bullet and decided to interact with another human being to find my point of contact, who of course was nowhere to be seen, so I continued onto the floor. Personal tastes aside, I still just didn't get it. Early on, I just wanted to escape with that pitiful tumbleweed. Everything at the stalls was stuff you'd find at a shopping mall but without the inflation. There were posters and props for upcoming films, but the only engagement I got from it was that I would never again be so close to Tom Cruise's crotch. I had probably lapped around the stalls around 20 at times waiting for inspiration to hit me. Naturally, I was overthinking it, but as I stopped and looked around me, I could see it in the eyes of the people next to me. This materialism was symbolic of their experience, a reminder of their true, unflinching love for their favorite things. Although I was struggling to understand why I wasn't as excited to see the things that I love. It confused me, annoyed me, as if I wasn't as devoted to these things as I thought I was. I felt like an outsider, a fraud waiting to be exposed. I was surrounded by one unified force, but one with a strange sense of detachment. Everyone was positive and willing, fighting for the same cause, but I also noticed the insecurity beneath it. There was a personal agenda to it, and that was to embrace life in their own unique way. So I started talking to people. So far, what's your best experience of being at a convention like this?
Just the people. Everyone's really nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're getting a lot of people asking for photos and stuff like that?
Yeah, in this,
Today,
yeah.
Just meeting new people, the merchandise, just getting creativity from all the different cosplays. It's really amazing.
I think the environment and everyone's so friendly. It's really good and so much you can buy. I just really enjoy coming. Really nice environment.
Mine would be the same answer. I just love coming here because I can meet new people who actually have the same interests as me.
Coming here, meeting the people you know you can chat to. You can just come to a stranger and start talking about a random subject and then immediately know what you're talking about. You do that in a public place, they look at you go, get away, or call security on you, which has happened to me twice.
So I can with people who knows my geekiness, and I can connect with everyone here because they know exactly what she said, what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Oh, it's the atmosphere, it's the fun of it, and it's getting to be someone else, I suppose. Like, I'm a very positive character who's very confident in themselves, so that's kind of fun. So you get to pretend to be this person who you normally wouldn't get to be.
For me, it's all about being able to dress up and go somewhere and interact with fans who just love that they're seeing their character right there, or children are the best. They really think they're right there with Catwoman or with Batman or whomever.
I don't know, man, it's just great fun. Like, come on.
You could come here dressed as a giant gummy bear and people would still think that's a great cosplay. Like, yeah, like no sense.
And why dress up? What's the big appeal about dressing up?
I think whenever you feel so much love for a character in like a TV show, you just want to express how much you love that character. So that's why I cosplay, because I love this character so much.
Because you get to go into like your own little fantasy world of different characters, and you can just be someone else completely for a different day. So
it's a really good chance to meet other like-minded people. I have really bad social anxiety, so getting into cosplay really helps me come out of my shell and get to meet people. I love when people come up to me and are like, oh, you made my day by cosplaying this character and all that sort of stuff, and it's a real self-esteem booster, so it is.
Would you be confident enough to do this outside of a convention or just in this kind of condition?
We've done it before. Yeah.
We've done it a few times. She hates it. I'm not so fussed about it, but
It's the best. wary. You do get stares, but it's worth it.
These people were a joy to talk to. There was so much enthusiasm, thoughtfulness, and many people were just happy to chat about the things they loved. It felt honest, personal, humbling, and really inspiring to see so much energy on display. I could sense there was some hesitation to chat, but we could both empathize with each other's awkwardness and insecurities that it made interactions feel less intimidating. As I delved deeper, that expression of talent and creativity came across in quirky, distinctive ways, from costumes to artwork, each with their own vivid and personal touches special to them. I even went to the drawing corner where my artist girlfriend Jess asked me what to draw. Dog with a machine gun. And you're damn right, she delivered on the hype. I managed to get in touch with my person of contact again, and I followed them up several times throughout the rest of the day to try and get an Uncharted cast interview, but to a lack of response. I waited for 45 minutes trying to arrange a connection, but as patience started dwindling, I finally got that confirmed no. I was offered to interview Flash Gordon, however, that signaled that it was definitely time to leave. As I left, I could sense the presence of the event starting to wear off almost immediately. However, this was a weekend that subverted normality, which retrospectively was the ultimate highlight to this inviting pop culture vortex. There was true passionate love in the air, an embrace into the strange, whimsical, and wondrous fantasies that can be burdensome in the outer world when confronting people of ignorance, which, incidentally, at this place, despite my own admirations, I was one of them. I couldn't escape being uptight like the people around me. It reminded me so much of the stigma I felt expressing my own love for pop culture to people outside this circle, and the condescending reaction to this false perception that I hadn't outgrown my childhood. But here, there was safety in numbers. People didn't care, they weren't obsessed with their egos or trying to narcissistically impress. It was a definitive representation that we can't take ourselves so seriously or even take everything at face value. Nobody was against each other, tension and toxicity was non-existent, which is both uplifting and strangely deeply unsettling because it wasn't something I was accustomed to. There were families, friends, couples, all ages, all sizes, no rivalry, only peace and honest celebration. It makes me appreciate that cynicism doesn't thrive everywhere. This place was safe, and it speaks of genuine love for not only our passions or possessions or even just those around us. It speaks of genuine love for the self by putting tensions and anxieties aside, letting go, and breathing in the fact that we should make the most of our lives.